In the beginning, make sure the power is plugged in and the main switch in the back of the stage box is turned on. All other cables in the back stay as they are. Now here's the front of the stage box. The outputs here should never be unplugged. And down we have the outputs for monitors, speakers, and the connection to the mixer. The monitor outputs marked L and R are connected with the XLR cables of the XLR of the monitors. Always make sure the volumes are set to the maximum. Make sure that the power is plugged in, turned on, and then the output here is connected with the other input of the second monitor speaker of the same side. Again, make sure the volume of each input and the master volume are turned on to the maximum. Now let's move on to the speakers. Speakers are connected here, marked again left and right. On this side is the right speaker. It's always as seen from the audience. Make sure the power is plugged in, the cable is connected, and the volume is set to number 7. And make sure that the switch is turned on and the light is on. The other speaker on the other side is also connected with the system that transfers the audio to the Sunday school room, which is connected at the second plug. So here you see the audio system. Again, volume is set to 7. The last main connection we have to talk about is the connection with the mixer in the back. Here we see the roll with the main network cable. The only position you can plug it in is here. As you see, it's a very special cable. And the cable leads all the way to the back where the mixer is. But we'll talk about this in the next part then. Now you can use this sheet as a hint to know where to plug in the microphones and instruments of each music team. Remember, if you plug in an instrument, you need a DI box to transfer the signal from jack to XLR. And the DI boxes need phantom power, which is indicated by the red light of each different channel. Now to connect the beamer, you need this little device. This connects the network cable from the back of the computer and the power, indicated by the red light, with the VGA cable that leads to the beamer on the left side. Remember that the beamer needs power as well. And on the right side you have the outlet that also transfers the signal to the monitor. Now here we see the back of the mixer rack. Make sure both main switches are turned on. Now here's the mixer console. In front there's the digital recorder. This has to be connected with the power cable and the two cables marked 1 and 2 for the inputs. They are tied together, the cables, so you should not be able to confuse them. Connections at the back. We have the main inputs labeled 1 to 8. At the moment we don't use channel 5. These inputs should always stay plugged in. Then we have the connection with the CD player here. And on the left, output 7 and 8, which go to the digital recorder. Then on the very right side we have the connection with the stage box, as we saw in the first part. Make sure this plug is always plugged in on the A bus, never on the B, always on the A. Then here we have the connection with the modem. This enables us to control wireless with an iPad or so. And here's a USB connection, which we can use optional to connect with the computer for recording reasons. Then here's the main power cable. This has to be really pushed in, and here's the main switch to turn on the console. Now if you open the computer back, you should find the mouse, the power cable, the digital recorder, the remote, and in the middle pocket in case you need the USB stick for the mixer, and in the top pocket in case you also need that one, the USB cable to connect the computer with the mixer. Now the output for the beamer, the VGA cable, has to be connected with this little sender here. This is very similar to the receiver you saw before on stage. Again, this also needs power and has to be connected with the network cable that leads to the stage. And the computer itself has to be connected with the power cable, The VGA cable that we saw before leads to the sender, and the USB cable in case we want to record from the mixer. On the right side you find the dongle for the mouse, or the mouse with the cable, and here you find the dongle inside the remote to use the remote, and the remote is turned on here on the left side. Now this should be all basics for connections. Make sure you watch the other videos if you want to know how to operate the systems. Thanks for your help.